Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Integer and welcome to another Failblog. And today I will be driving in American Truck Simulator. Unfortunately, once again I failed to retain my save files from my old computer and I have to start from scratch. So that was a bit of a disappointment in myself, on myself, at myself. You know what I'm trying to say. However, let us not dwindle too long and continue our journey. Actually, it's a good idea. Let's see where we go. We're going from San Diego to Barstow, and we are hauling what exactly? I don't really remember. Is it F5? I think it's F6. Lug nuts. We've got 20,000 pounds worth of lug nuts. We've got 10 hours to drive there, and I think kind of means that we should get going. Oh, wrong button. Just turn the dash on. So yeah, I'm just parked up on the side next to some builder guys, just chilling. They've probably been standing there for 3 hours, literally in one spot. They must be having an enthralling conversation. However, let's not get involved, otherwise we will not get to where we need to be on time. Disengage my parking brake. One thing I did forget to bind is my indicators. So silly. Left turn indicator, left. Right turn indicator, right. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah. Do I want to be indicated left or right here? I think technically left. Anyone on the road? I don't think so. Pedal to the metal. If there is, make way! Yeah, that's my horn. That's good. Okay. So, how you been doing, guys? I hope you've all been well. And, oh, man, this has been one of those weekends where I just kinda had to fall off the face of the world. And I very much did, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. Oh, I should have, but I couldn't because I was very busy. I literally did absolutely nothing all weekend, apart from playing quite a bit of Diablo and Heroes of the Storm, and kind of coming around to doing this video right here. Oh boy, we're in for a treat. That guy's twitching, the red guy is just standing still, and they can't pause because the red guy's clipping on the blue guy's cabin, and so we stand. You see what's happening there? Look at him twitch. The annoying problem is, yeah, I've got a lot of traffic behind me. Oh my god. That red guy just has to back out of it. Just gonna engage parking brake so I don't have to keep my foot on the brakes. Am I still indicated? Yep. It's like, guys, we sorta kinda need to get pause here. And traffic's, well, it's only gonna get worse. Let me put it this way, you know? And there's literally no space anywhere on either side where I can try and squeeze through. Actually, that being said, I might be able to. Turn off that. Let's roll back a little bit. Crashed vehicle, fine. That's absolutely fine as long as I don't damage my truck or trailer. I'm definitely gonna clip on this guy now. See what I'm trying to do? Oh my god, this is a bad idea. Oh yes, that guy's backing out. Oh my god, thank you. Now I'm blocking him and I'm blocking everybody else. Could you back out a little bit further? Okay, you know what? Already bumped into him. Let's do this. Just straight up so that the trailer doesn't clip and make a sharp 90 degrees turn. Ooh, that was too close. Like a pro, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely not. So, where was I? Ah, look. Dude's at the skater park skating around. That is pretty damn sweet. I mean, it does seem that he's glued himself to his skateboard, but, you know, whatever. Whatever works for you, son. I'm not here to judge. And one thing I was thinking of is that I've also kind of abandoned my blog again. Tell me about it. So, trying to explain myself why that has happened. I really love this, by the way, this scenery, because it reminds me of San Diego so much. Certain places in San Diego that look quite similar. Oh my god, this taxi driver, is he for reals? So yeah, that's why I always loved American Truck Simulator. It's quite authentic. It really is. Where was I? Yes, blog. So one of the reasons why I kind of stopped updating blog, like a little bastard I am, is because every single time I think of, oh, you know what, that's a good topic I want to write about, I think, why if I do a video on it? And there's a backlog of about 5 or 6 topics I would like to discuss and get into it a bit deeper. Both games, you know, software, let's put it that way, and hardware related. And I just haven't gotten around to blogging about it because I'm still waiting to, you know, do a video on it. Which is a little bit annoying, but at the same time, I'm also kind of glad that, you know, it keeps the backlog of things that I can do for my YouTube channel long, and basically things I can come back to and, you know, work on. I'm pretty much working on like 2 or 3 different videos. No, actually, now that I think about it, more like 4 or 5. But yeah, it was, like I've said, one of those weekends where after a relatively busy week at work, I just had to switch off. It's not that it really was a deliberate choice per se. I just kind of did it, went on autopilot, and then like, whoop, nope, I'm not doing this right now. I hope you all had a good weekend. Like I've said, mine has been incredibly lazy and unproductive. At the very same time, it's been pretty cold here in London, so I didn't stick my nose outside. Just went for a quick half-an-hour walk this afternoon, and yeah, ready for next week. This video, as well as the episode 2 for Battle Block Theater gameplay that I'm doing, playthrough, I'm sorry, that I'm doing with Galileo. I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to Galileo's. I suck! This pickup, man, this pickup truck, I'm just, if you could see me, I'm shaking my head. That second episode should be coming on Tuesday. This video should be with you on Monday night, and I've got another 3 videos to try and do. I'm probably not going to be able to do another 3 for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Although, you know, there's still time and we can still see. We'll see how it goes. I don't remember what the speed limit here is. I think I'm doing about what? I'm just doing 58. Oh, it's 55. Slow down just a little bit. So, quickly jumping back to American Truck Simulator specifically, I am playing on... Actually, I'll show you just after this curve, because if I jump back into the game, unpausing it, I'll definitely crash. Oh, it's that red pickup. Flippin' rednecks. I'll show you what settings I'm playing with, just so I can get 60 frames per second. I'm doing literally medium. Everything's on medium. A few lows, grass density disabled. A few lows like mirror quality and mirror distance. For some reason, this is the first game I've encountered that seems to throttle my graphics card rather than processor. That being said, I really should have had my hardware process monitor up while I'm recording. That's a bit of a mistake to remember and remedy that next time I'm doing something along these lines. But yeah, that was a little bit unexpected, and to be fair, it's quite in line with the issues I've been having with American Truck Simulator previously on my old powerful rig whilst trying to record videos and whatnot. I'm just clearing the right lanes for this guy so he can merge in. Of course, there's actually now a third lane, so this was redundant. GG. Whereas, whilst I was trying to record videos on my old rig, I would be getting frame issues whilst playing the game for apparent no reason, sometimes as bad as 30 frames per second. If you've seen a couple of my videos from the old playthrough series, which, by the way, I was fully intended of continuing. However, like I've said, I lost the save, so... That's really been the general feeling in the recent days. But swiftly moving on from those soul-consuming, what's the word I'm looking for now? soul-consuming procrastination-esque feelings. I have myself a capture card. It's a... let me reach for it. Oh, sorry, red pickup. Oh my god, so many red pickups. I think these guys are ganging up on me. Help! The capture card I've got is AverMedia Extreme Cap U3, which allows capture of 1080p at 60 frames per second. Got it off eBay, obviously second-hand. Oh, we need to merge. For a very decent price. I think it was literally £40. I haven't set it up yet. I haven't tried. I thought that blue Volvo was literally gonna try and cut in front of me. It's like, you dare, bro. Don't you dare. Yeah, £43. I haven't been able to try it yet, but the main reason why I've got it is because I wanna... I've got a relatively old PC, a dual-core Intel, that I wanna see just how capable it would be for some, extreme budget gaming. And I've got a budget card, and I've got some extra RAM. Is that side good? Yeah, that side good. I've got some extra RAM, and I even got a spare SSD just to put in it. And I haven't been able to install the new cheap graphics card that I got for it. The old one was too much of a bottleneck. I mean, that thing is literally just a multimedia display adapter rather than anything else. The NVIDIA GT 210 was the one in mention. The other one I've got is I think it's GT 610, and whereas the first one only had 512 megabytes of RAM. The new one, RAM. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start this again. The old one, that 210 GT, has 512 megabytes of memory, whereas the new 610 GT has 2 gigs. It's all DDR3. However, we'll see if it makes distance. Man, if it makes a difference. I get so frustrated with myself for losing words and starting saying random stuff. We'll see if those extra graphical memory will do a trick. And also, it's a little bit newer and just ever so much more powerful graphics card. So hopefully it's gonna match the processor. However, with that being said, oh, look at this. This is a nice little like a shady dirt kind of road, countryside. Welcome to Countryside, California. Look at this guy overtaking like a racer. Yeah, you brake, son. You better brake. It's a sharp turn. And I've got 20,000 pounds of lug nuts in my cabin. So you speed away, boy. You don't want to be messing with me. However, the biggest difference and the biggest positive effect that I've noticed to have on that budget PC was the SSD. And what I mean that I was quite shocked, as in it loads up incredibly fast, and the application seems to run very slick. I'm talking about Steam, browser, multi-windows, and all that sort of stuff. It's very responsive, as you would expect from SSD. But the point I'm trying to make, and this is going to be one of the main points in the upcoming video, which I'm hopeful to be able to dish out to you guys sometime later this week, or the upcoming week, starting tomorrow, is that, even if you have an old PC in your room and, you are tight on the money, which, trust me, I understand, and you're into video games, you should really not despair, because with either absolutely no additional investment or with a little bit of tinkering, and yes, potentially 20 or 30 pounds spent, you can have a very decent experience playing video games. Obviously not in the highest settings, not necessarily the newest titles, but I would say you'd be surprised if you haven't looked around and you've just kind of written it off. I'd say don't, because even old laptops that I managed to try out a few things on, they have potential, and there are plenty of new and extremely awesome games, like for instance Binding of Isaac, the new Rebirth edition, and stuff like Owlboy or Enter the Gungeon. You know, 8-bit games, yes, they're visually not very demanding, but they're super fun, and what's even better is that running them on integrated graphics, you know, 7-8-year-old processors, you know, that are barely dual cores. Well, there's no such thing as barely dual core, but you know what I mean. You can still get a very decent, pretty much 60 frames per second experience on those titles, slightly less demanding. However, they're still new, relevant, and just overall very good games. And I think that's another topic that's a bit of an issue these days, is that people just shy away from older games too much. Now I'm hoping my Kenworth is not going to shy away from climbing up this hill, because this is going to leave me and 20,000 pounds worth of lug nuts in a very tricky and uncomfortable situation. But now we're good. We're good. Where exactly are we right now? Let's just check on the map. We're kind of halfway through. That's good. And our fuel situation is that this dashboard is not really informative, and it's really too obscurely portrayed because of the lower graphical settings that I can't make out how much fuel I've got left. Okay, we need to merge. That's a bit cheeky. But it will tell me when I'm out of fuel. Actually, one of these gauges is going to be a fuel gauge. Battery. Is it really... Oh, God, this is going to be annoying. Is it actually the gauge that's right behind the... Right behind the wheel right here at the bottom? Oh, that'd be annoying. Okay. No, closer. Yep, that is the fuel. And... get our head down a little bit, maybe a little bit closer. Oh, we can drop the wheel down as well. Oh, this is perfect. Actually, yes, we don't need to drop our head down. We can just drop down the wheel and reduce the height of the seat a little bit. So we're a little bit, you know, what's the word? Like, on the job, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think that's cool. Yeah, at least we can see it now. That's good. We're doing about 45, about 50 now, at 55 zone. That's good. So yeah, the general notion is that it's just a matter of perspective and the compromises that you will inevitably have to make when it comes to older hardware, but obsolete is just a relevant term. And I'm so enjoying this. The journey I had in the States when I visited over Christmas was driving from San Diego up to San Francisco, and we trekked up north through the mountainous region, just for a little bit, you know, a bit more sightseeing, as in, you know, sceneries and slightly different path. Oh, you prick! He's gonna charge me $200, bastard. I was literally only doing about 3 miles over the limit because, let's be honest, that's the most this truck is capable of right now. But anyhow, let's not complain. My bad. And the road was constantly climbing up because we were driving up the mountains, and it was quite a desertous, if that's even a word, area and region. And this rings a bell. This looks very familiar. It's very similar actually to the route that I did take. And we're going straight up here. Oops, this car is not gonna like it. You did not see that. This did not happen. What? Yeah, as long as our cargo is fine. Wrong menu. There we go, that's the button. So we don't have incredible amounts of fuel. But now I see another problem is that I can't see my my full dashboard right now at the top. Man, this is frustrating, and I'm speeding again, which is fine because there doesn't seem to be any police around, but that's what they want you to think, don't they? I've still got it cruise control at 55, if I'm not mistaken, so we're just gonna leave it at that. So other than that, there's that video coming up. I am thinking of potentially doing another hardware video, and maybe even just do the whole setup of recording lower end PCs with the capture card. Let me know definitely in the comments down below if that sounds like an interesting idea and if that's something you would like to see, or just anything in general, you know, gaming and, you know, hardware related, especially if it's related to the budget and whatnot. In the meanwhile, also a big sorry for missing that previous Humble Bundle. Well, not the previous, I mean the current one, the Star Wars one. And really, there's not much discussion. Oh, I almost missed that sign. Too close for my liking. $1 is way less than I would be willing to pay for Knights of the Old Republic on itself. I mean, that game is gold. That game is absolutely beautiful. Not to mention, you get another 2 games and a Star Wars themed RTS, which, from what I've heard, is very similar to a simple reskin of Age of Empires 2, which is not a bad thing, because Age of Empires 2 is an amazing strategy game on itself, and if you're a Star Wars fan, bonus. And I think the other third game in the entry point bundle is one of the X-Wings. And you see how much the frames are tanking right now. And you again? Oh my god, I'm gonna crash into you. I'm gonna do some road rage right now, son, if you don't speed away. Okay, now even if I wanted to, I couldn't, because he's just too fast. And that, I guess, kind of sums it up. A lot of excuses, a lot of unproductivity on my side. But I guess I slept well, so that's a bonus. And I really must say, I can't complain about getting fines left and right, because I've so not been paying attention to speed limits and whatnot. Now, this is where you can pretty much tune off. Unless you want to see some horrible parking attempts made by me. Slow down a little bit, slow down, slow down. There we go, beautiful. Enter. Where does they... Oh, they want it right here? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, mate. Confirm. Excellent job. That's always nice. Base reward. Oh, just under 4.5 grand. Lovely. Long distance, sure. Why not? Apply. Drive. We can't drive because we don't have a truck. And that really then kind of sums it up. Thank you so much for watching another Failblog. Hope you got a little bit more insight of what's to come, and yeah, you all know I'm a lazy bastard, basically. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Likes, dislikes, buttons are right there. Comments and suggestions and observations, like always, welcome down below. Subscribe if you want to stay tuned to the future content of the channel. And I will see you very shortly, guys. Thank you for watching once again, and have a good upcoming week. Take care.